friends, hey, welcome back to my channel. Over here we talk about all things lifestyle, beauty, and fashion. Today we're going to be doing a little Q&A showing off this look here. Very simple, like very moody with the eyes. Okay, we getting into it. We're getting into a lot of content questions. So if you are interested in hearing more on my perspective as far as being a content creator and seeing how I got this cute little look, girl, go ahead and keep on watching. All right, y'all, let's hop into this video. A little disclaimer, I broke my nail, so we're just not gonna pay attention to that. But we are going to answer some questions and we're gonna get glam with a little fun look. I don't know what I wanna do. I know I wanna keep it neutral because I do have some other filming that I need to do today, unfortunately. But we're gonna make it a fun neutral, okay? Let's go ahead and get into this makeup and get into these questions. I do know that I want to play with some new products that your girl received. So I am going to make sure that I list what I'm using in the description, but I'll also try to be vocal about what I'm using with you guys right now. So this is from, now don't read me, okay? I don't know if this is Kosas or Kosas, but this is their Brow Pop Dual Action Defining Pencil. And it comes with a spoolie side and it comes with the actual, oh cute, this is like real sharp, like really defined, but it comes with this side too. So we're gonna go in with this, but we're gonna hope that it's our actual shade. Let me actually, before I get into, oh, that's perfect. This is in the shade, what color? Dark brown. This is actually perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and brush these out first and hop into this first question. A lot of these questions are coming from my broadcast channel on Instagram. If you are not a part of it, girl, what are you doing? I'll go ahead and link it down below, but you can find it in the description of my Instagram. But I got a question asking how to stay consistent without burning out. And she said, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, girl. Honestly, y'all are gonna hate me, but I'm not about to give y'all anything revolutionary. This is what I know a lot of creators do, and it's simply making a schedule and also taking time off. There's no way that we can completely be on 24/7. It's just not logical. Like even people that have a regular 9 to 5, they get the weekend, girl. Okay, or they get, you know, designated days that they are allotted to take time for themselves. You know, they have days, they have breaks. And I think remembering whether you're doing this full time or not, you're an entrepreneur. Like you set your own hours. So in order to avoid burnout, I think it's super important to make sure you're penciling it in time. And I know some people like to tussle when it comes to that. Like you shouldn't have to schedule time for yourself. You shouldn't have to, but realistically you do, especially if you do have a goal in mind. More than likely you have systems, right? So in order to make sure that everything is flowing okay and everything is lined up in order for you to meet those goals and those expectations you have for your content creation journey, you're gonna have to have systems in place. You're gonna have to schedule breaks. You're gonna have to schedule that time for yourself. It's really important because you just can't run on E. You cannot run on E. When it comes to the consistency part, as far as, you know, avoiding burnout, that goes back to systems, making sure that you're batch creating effectively, and making sure you know exactly what you want to be producing and what you want to display on your channel, or your channel, your platform, whatever it is. Knowing and having some type of content strategy or content planner, whether you're doing that on Canva, Milanote, pen to paper, where you're putting all of your things, a planner, whatever it is. Making sure you understand exactly what's coming in the pipeline helps you really allocate more time to taking a break, opposed to trying to create on the fly. Sometimes that works. I say it works better for TikTok when it comes to creating on the fly because it's less pressure. But if you know for sure that there's like value content that you want to pump out, make sure you're planning that effectively. And batching it. That way when it comes time to post, girl, you're already locked and loaded. You have all your content and I have all my content in my Google Drive. So I put all my content in my Google Drive. When I'm done filming it and editing it, I just dump it in there. I don't even keep it on my phone because 9 times out of 10 I do edit on my desktop. So I'll just put it in my Google Drive and the week of me pushing out that content, I'll then send it to my phone. So yeah, if you guys want to see more of like my content day, I have a few videos highlighting it. I'll go ahead and leave them in the description. That shows you kind of the behind the scenes of how I create my content and structure it and all that stuff. But if you guys want another video, I don't mind doing it. I don't mind doing it. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. This pencil ate. Like, this little pencil ate. She did what needed to be done. My brows are crazy. They're going every which way. So we're gonna go ahead and tame these babies with a little brow gel. I'm gonna be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze. They sent this a few weeks ago. I don't know how I like it just yet, but since my brows are already filled in, I don't want to do anything too crazy, which I usually would use the brow gel from e.l.f. I don't want to use like that pasty brow gel, only because, yeah, the brows are already done. Let's just use this. It has product on it. I'm gonna spray a little bit of this texture spray from Beach Weaver just in the front to try to get rid of these like flyaways that are like sitting on my forehead. Way better. I have so many of these potted concealers from Rim Beauty, so I think we're gonna switch it up today and actually use a pot concealer to go ahead and clean up these brows. The next question is, what's the first step to starting the journey on becoming an influencer? I would say the first journey is really getting a clear understanding as of why it's important for you to create content. Like, why do you want to create content? Because that's going to be your driving force to keep showing up, because the money does not come in right away. Even when I started like getting the first few like brand deals and stuff like that, I still had to wait like a month before I seen any of that money. So you cannot allow the money to be the driving force. I know social media makes it look so cool, like the girls are doing the things, they're buying the cars, they're getting the penthouses, they're getting the free stuff. Like, it looks cool, and that's cool, and that will come in due time. But what I have noticed is I have been seeing this a lot on TikTok. I don't know if y'all seeing it, but the girls are getting mad. The girls are getting mad about them having a lot of followers, and they're not seeing any of the benefits. They're not seeing the fruits of their labor. They're not seeing the number that is they're following equate to the amount that they want in dollars, which is completely fair. But you have to keep in mind that, baby, this is a slow race. Very rarely does it happen for people, you know, overnight. Not everybody can be a Monet. Not everybody can be, you know, an Alex Earl. It just doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that. So you do have to be realistic and figure out your why. Why is it important for you to show up? Why is it important for you to show up? Why is it important for you to want to take up space as an influencer? What industry will you take up space in? Figuring that out as well will definitely help you. Now, I'm not saying like you have to pick a niche and you have to stay in that. No, it definitely does help you as far as understanding what you should be creating, who you should be targeting, because now you have to figure out your audience. Like, that's how, you know, content creators become content creators, or influencers become influencers, because they have a community, they have an audience. So what does your audience look like? Figure that stuff out first, and then create the content. Figure out your why, figure out your what meaning, how will you reach these people? Is that through YouTube? Is that through a blog? Is that through Facebook? There's so many people that create content on Facebook. I'm actually kind of jealous, because Facebook is not my strong suit, but the girls are blowing up on Facebook, y'all. There's a whole community over there. So figuring out your platform, all those things, figure that stuff out first, and then just show up. Don't get too stuck on your equipment. Use what you got to get where you're trying to go. It is 2024 now. We all have great cameras on our phones. So keep that in mind as well. But figure out your why, and then go crazy, girl. The next question, she didn't preface this as a question, but she just said, all things personal brand, how to start and build a community. Biggest piece of advice I can give you for building a community is literally just showing up as your authentic self. Now, I know it's so cliche, and a lot of people don't even know what their authentic self is. even if you're being honest about not really knowing who you are and not really knowing how to take up space and not really knowing anything, is the easiest way. Basically, I'm getting at being transparent. It's the easiest way to cultivate a community based around the things that you're already kind of experiencing. Really taking advantage of your current circumstances, not, you know, thinking about and focusing on where you're trying to go. And yes, you can definitely be open with your audience about, you know, this is what we're trying to do over here, so this is what I'm going to do to get there, A, B, and C. Like, take them on a journey. Letting people in is the easiest way to build a community. Letting people in and being transparent is a huge way to build a community, but also getting people used to your overall aura and your overall vibe. And I'm saying this specifically because there are communities based on just vibes. Like, they're faceless accounts. There are accounts that just give you like affirmations and stuff. It's the overall aura and the overall vibe, the aesthetics of it all. You can build a community that way, or you can build a community just off of your personality and who you are. Meaning, you don't have light set up, you don't have a camera set up, you ain't got nothing in the background. Pulling up to your audience on your platform in your bonnet, keeping it real, giving your authentic opinions about, you know, what's going on social media, or what's going on in, you know, pop culture or politics or whatever your niche is. Give your opinion so people can then find you. So hard to create and cultivate community if you're being closed off. Like, who are you? Who are you? I don't want to go off on a tangent, but that is the easiest way. Just humanize yourself. That's the easiest way to build your personal brand. Humanize yourself. Think about the things that you value the most at your core. Like, what are your core values? And deliver that to us through your platforms. And girl, your community gonna come running. I realize I'm just over here yapping and I have not even done my skincare yet. We're gonna go in with these facial radiance pads from First Aid Beauty, and y'all know we like to hit the chin area just in case there's any dead skin grow. And then we're gonna go in with the serum. Also from First Aid Beauty, we're gonna use the hydrating serum. This is for sensitive skin and it has hyaluronic in it. Those spots. I don't know if y'all can tell, but my skin has definitely calmed down significantly, and I really do feel like it is because I cut out liquor. Well, okay, I didn't cut out liquor completely like I thought I was gonna do this year or this month, but I've only had 4 days where I drank anything, and on those 4 days it has been, or one of the days it was 2 drinks. But all the other days it's been 1 drink. So a glass of wine. I went out with my sister and we went to a Mexican restaurant. So I had 2 margaritas, 2 spicy margaritas. But other than that, y'all, I've been drinking mocktails and I love that for me. But I do feel like it is because I have lowered my alcohol consumption. I feel like that is why my skin is doing the things. Moisturizer, we're gonna go in with La Roche-Posay. This is the Toleraine Ultra Soothing Repair Moisturizer, and I think I'm almost out of it. I can't really tell because it has like this little bag inside it, but yeah, I feel like I'm getting low. Next question, how to apply for the Ultra Creator 2024 program. So y'all, I don't even have tea yet on when that's even dropping and how they're gonna be doing it, but trust and believe, y'all be the first to know like when is go time. I got y'all. What I would say right now in order to prepare for when they do drop the information, I would definitely make sure that you are creating intentional content. Last step, Aquaphor. Basically have content that would speak to Ulta Beauty. So whether that is hair, whether that is makeup, whether that is, you know, skincare, perfume. Maybe you love smelling good and you are like a perfume girl, honey. Make sure y'all not on no hiatus. Make sure y'all are posting, because our time is actually coming to an end like soon. Like a few weeks. So I'm pretty sure more than likely they're going to be announcing something really, really soon. So just make sure that you are creating content, that you're active, that it's quality content. That way when they are scouting and they are looking at the people, when they do put out the application, because they go to your accounts, girl, make sure that you have something for them to actually look at, okay? Don't be waiting until they drop and then be trying to muster up some content. Get the content out right now. Okay. All right, now we're gonna color correct. This is the Pro Fix Stick from NYX. Next question is how to batch content efficiently. Y'all, my favorite thing is to just make sure that you are time blocking and scheduling designated days for your content. Now, if you are somebody that is doing all the things like me, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, trying to do Pinterest, like, I definitely think it's important for you to designate time based off of the type of content. So you have days for your short form and then you have days for your YouTube. Now, in the beginning of the month, I did great. Y'all know I'm trying to get back into my YouTube bag. That's why I used Vlogmas. So at the top of January, I actually batched my YouTube videos. I made 4 YouTube videos, and then I had my weekly vlogs that were, you know, doing their thing. I really didn't have much to vlog last week, so there isn't a weekly vlog video this week. That's why we're posting this video, okay? Just because we ain't got no weekly vlog don't mean we ain't posting. But making sure that you have designated days for the type of content that you want to create. Also having some type of content plan. I'm always going to go back to that. Having some type of content plan in place. Now, I use Milanote. I've shared Milanote 1,000 times. If you guys want another video on how I use Milanote to batch create my content, or at least plan my batch creating process, that's what I use it for, to kind of map out what I'm going to be creating, because it just makes it way easier than saving videos on my phone and then trying to have it in my head that this is the day that I'm going to create like, no, it doesn't work for me that way. So if you guys want to like an actual batch creating video, I'll do another one. I don't know if I did a designated one, but I will do one for you guys. But the easiest way is to have some type of structure and a system in place. That way you don't fall behind and you're not overwhelmed. And that way you're staying active and relevant and consistent on social media. Yeah. Have a plan, girl. Have a plan. Let me know if y'all want a video. Next question. Should I take a photography class or buy a new camera or equipment? I am always here for investing in yourself. If you feel like learning your camera, like the current camera that you have, I'm assuming that you already have a camera. If you feel like, hey girl, I am at the place where I'm using what I got to get where I'm trying to go, baby, use the camera that you got and go to that photography class. Now, I am very cheap and I do a lot of research. That's how I know how to do a lot of things on my own, because I am quick to go to YouTube University, girl. Now, if there are specific things where you're like, I need to know this, I need to be in front of a person because you learn better that way, definitely invest in a camera class. One of my really good friends, Justerica, actually is hosting one, which is crazy. I'll go ahead and plug my girl in the description for you, but she's doing a whole like camera tour. So there's a few different cities on there. Maybe you might be in one of those cities, or maybe you might be close, but she's also an incredible content creator. So I would definitely invest in that before I invested in a new camera or equipment, because if you buy a new camera, you still gonna need to learn how to use that camera, you know? And I feel like we have a tendency of like buying things and then never using them, or making an excuse as to why we are not creating. So go ahead and find a class, or go on YouTube or TikTok. There's so many different resources out here, girl. You better get with it. Or go ahead and hit Justerica up, okay? I'm gonna go in with the About Face foundation. Y'all, I don't think this is my color, but we're gonna use it. I don't know. We gonna use it though. Next question, how to build a content plan. Okay, I feel like we need to make a whole content video. Y'all gonna have to let me know in the comments, because I am here for it. But she asked, yeah, how to build a content plan. Now, for me, I already know my categories. I know my pillars, if you will. I know the things that I'm consistently going to talk about over and over and over again. Because I know everything that I'm going to talk about, I have those kind of built out inside of Milanote. Like, I have a fashion category, I have a beauty category, and I have a lifestyle category. And honestly, lifestyle is just like miscellaneous stuff. So maybe I am sharing a day in the life, talking about the studio, whatever, right? But for my actual like content ideas that I come up with or that I find on Instagram or TikTok that I want to recreate or I want to piggyback off of, I'll put those underneath the pillars. Again, let me know if y'all want a video for this, because then I can like really show y'all. Essentially, a content plan is literally just a system, having some type of system in place. That way you know exactly what you want to talk about. Now for me specifically, my content plan, if you will, has changed just a little bit because your girl's focusing on building relationships with a lot of these brands. So I am intentionally making content not just for my community. Yes, I'm making content for y'all, but y'all pretty much like whatever I put out, which that's really why I love y'all. But I'm really trying to get the attention of these brands. So with me knowing that, I have to structure out a plan to make sure that I am getting in front of the brands. And that just goes back to the basics. Like if there's a brand or somebody that you want to work with, obviously you make content like that brand, or you make content like they have on their page from other creators and stuff like that. But you still make it you. Like you don't switch up your style, you don't switch up your authenticity, you don't switch up who you are. You just incorporate what whatever that brand is. So yeah, just figuring out why you're creating content. What are you trying to do with it? Are you trying to get somebody's attention? Are you trying to make somebody laugh? Are you trying to build your community? Figuring out your reason for showing up definitely helps you plan the type of content you should be shooting, you should be filming. So let me know, because we can get into the things, okay? Let me know if y'all want that video. All right, somebody else said they keep hearing mixed things about posting once a day or posting multiple times a day, basically. And I say do whatever floats your boat, girl. At this point, I feel like, especially with Instagram, I feel like Instagram is playing on our top for a minute. So I feel like whatever floats your boat. Now, there is such thing as posting fatigue and your audience getting overwhelmed. So keep that in mind. But I say you honestly do have to test out things. There may be an audience for somebody that posts multiple times a day. Now, I am barely getting engagement. So for me, I do not want to post multiple times a day, because if I'm already getting, not the best engagement on one post, why would I mess up my engagement rate by posting too much? And that post's not getting any love either. So just keep that in mind. I think you just gotta gauge it. Everything's trial and error. I'm not saying like don't do it, but maybe try it out. Actually try it out. Give it some time, maybe over a month, not just a few days. Give it actual time to see what works. But if you were to do something like that, I would probably post a reel and then maybe post a carousel later on in the day, or post a carousel and then post a reel later. I wouldn't make it like carousel or reel. I would try to switch up the style of content and kind of gauge from that. Make sure that you guys are doing research and like really taking in your insights, like really studying your insights and your analytics, because that will help you so much. I don't think a lot of people pay attention to that enough. It definitely helps you who's watching your content, when they're watching it, what posted great, what you should be doing more of. It tells you everything. I've been diving more into that on YouTube. I love like the YouTube studio. I love how it shows us, who's watching the content. They even show us like what you like based off our audience, like what they're watching, and also like when they watched it. So it tells me the best time to post on YouTube. And it also puts me in that box with my girls. Like I love that my audience watches the same things that I watch, and honestly where I'm trying to be, like as far as the other YouTube girlies, I'm like, great, I am doing something right over here, okay? So yeah, just pay attention to your analytics and then kind of go from there and gauge it. I can't give you a definite answer. I just say trial and error is always going to be key. You don't know what you don't know, so go ahead and try it out. For concealer, I was just going to go ahead and go in with my Makeup by Mario, because I've really been loving that. But just got a whole PR package from Fenty Beauty, so we're going to be using these concealers. All the goodies they sent over, y'all. So we have 3 concealers. We have the sponge, the eye cream, as well as the Invisimatte, and a Ease Drop Tint, the liquid one. So weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I went and bought the actual concealer because I wanted to try it out. But that's okay, because this is already open. Let's go ahead and use the one, because they did end up sending me the one that I bought. They sent me 3 different shades, so I'm gonna use the one that I bought to see if that if that is the perfect match indeed. Oh, by the way, the shade that I'm using is it 30? No, 50? 30? Oh, 350C is the shade. The next question is the best hashtags to have a larger reach. Now, when it comes to hashtags, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I am lazy when it comes to hashtags on Instagram. The only place where I have been focusing like tags have been TikTok and YouTube. Now, once I get my Pinterest game together, I will also be focusing on tags there, because I feel like that's how those platforms specifically, that's how people find us. I don't think Instagram has mastered that yet. Okay, the popular page isn't giving popular, it's giving scattered, it's giving a mess. They gotta fix some things over there. Now, when it comes to TikTok, my favorite thing to do is to actually look at the hashtag. Here, I'm gonna walk y'all through this. Actually, let me screen record it real quick. This is what I'll do on TikTok. I'm gonna show y'all, and y'all probably already know this, but for the girls that don't, I got y'all. Do mid-size fashion. Okay, and let's see what it gives us. We're gonna slide it over, go to hashtags, grow. Mid-size fashion, 200,000. Mid-sized fashion, I wouldn't have used the sized part, so that's a hashtag that I could use. Mid-size fashion haul, mid-size fashion blogger, mid-size fashion, like all these different, and it tells you how many times it's been used, which I feel is very helpful. So use this little tip on TikTok. Thank me later, girl. Go ahead and use that, okay? Make sure you guys are using the relevant hashtags, okay? Because you're gonna have to use more than the hashtag FYP, okay? If you want to be seen. Someone said how to get my foundation to look smoother. Honestly, y'all, the easiest way to get your concealer to look smoother is by taking care of your skin. I think if you got texture is going to show regardless, which there's nothing wrong. Like, hey, pimple right there. And my chin. That's a whole texture within itself. But I think just taking care of your skin and also making sure that you're not caking on the product definitely helps, as well as your tools. Like, what tools are you what tools are you using? Sometimes I like to go on with a brush. Sometimes I like to go on with a sponge. I'll go ahead and list some of the brushes that I like to use when it comes to using my foundation. Or not using my foundation, but applying my foundation, and the ones that I like to use, or the sponges that I like to use when applying my foundation as well, in the description. She also asked, how many hours do you feel like you need to plan a content day? Oh, y'all, I'm not creating content every single day. And I think a lot of people think that I am, or that content creators in general are, but we're batch creating a lot of the times. Some people are, but I think it just depends on your schedule, what you got going on. We got kids, we got dogs, we got husbands and wives and things going on. So I can't be creating content every single day, all throughout the week, child. So I do have to allocate that time. So when I am planning content on the days, or not planning content, the days that I'm actually creating my content, the days that I'm batching, I batch between the hours that my daughter is at school. So I will batch from, a lot of the time she's after school, so it's from 10 to 5 or like 10 to 4. But I use all that time. But that's why planning your content and planning what you want to do is so important, because a lot of the time it don't even take that long. I'm either creating probably maybe 4 hours, and the other part of that I'm editing. Sometimes I'll edit, or I'll just kind of like review my content and go back in and structure something inside of Milano. Like, I'm using that as like a full content day. But you do not need a lot of hours if you plan effectively. Planning is going to be your best friend when it comes to batch creating your content, because if you try to go into a content day and the goal is just to, I'm just gonna shoot some content, girl, you're either gonna waste your time, and you're only going to create probably 2 things, and they're going to be like filler content posts. They're not even going to be something that's relevant, that's going to help you and your platform in a effective way. Like, you're not going to grow from it, or you're not going to gain followers from it, or you're not, you have to actually plan the content out in order for you to yield the results that you're trying to receive. So yeah, it does take some planning in order to execute. So keep that in mind. Don't waste your time or waste your money renting out spaces for content days if you are not prepared, because there have been days for me early on before I even had my content studio where I would rent out studios for like 4 hours, and then I would get there because I didn't plan anything. I just was like, I need pictures, I need this, I need to post content, I need to do these things, but I didn't have a plan. I didn't know what to post. Girl, all I had was a whole bunch of cute pictures, no substance other than look at me. I'm like, dang, I didn't use this time effectively. I wasted my money. Could have took these pictures at my house. Like, oh my goodness, girl. It ain't got to be a lot of hours if you plan effectively. Tips on creating content solo, getting full body angles, tech, etc. I got you, girl. First, we need to get a powder, and I remembered we also got a PR package from Morphe, and they sent over a powder, and I want to try that powder out, so let's go get that. The Morphe package, they sent over some real good goodies. We got a spray. They have 2 sprays, the foundation, the setting powder, and then a brush. I've never used their Bacon Set translucent powder, so let's go ahead and open this up. See what they talking about. I typically wear Laura Mercier, like that is my girl, will forever be my girl, but I'm running out of my girl, and I have multiple setting powders here, but I just love, you know, you like what you like. I love that one. So in the meantime, until I go get a new one, we will go ahead and use or try this out. Hopefully she don't fail me, honey. I don't know how I feel about the concealer. I feel very dewy, and y'all see feel very dewy. But I also feel like I'm not highlighted enough. I'm just gonna add a little more. Yeah, this is like, when I blend it out, it's like my color. Anyways, back to the tips on creating solo. I would definitely say, which is crazy because this never used to be my first tip because I was naive, but y'all, people are getting reckless out here. When it comes to creating solo content and taking pictures, I say rent out a space or go with a friend. Like, I know that's not solo, but like, have a friend pull up, because people are stealing. People are being reckless. People are being rude to creators. I'm seeing it like more than ever now. So I say be cautious while you are shooting solo if you are in a public setting. Otherwise, go on Peerspace, find your little studio, rent it out for an hour and a half, get your content done, girl. Some of the tools that I like to use, I'll go ahead and list them in the description as well. But get you a good old tripod. The one that I use will be listed down below, or the few that I use will be listed down below. And then Lens Buddy. Lens Buddy's gonna be your best friend when it comes to taking pictures, because she's just that. She is your buddy, honey. When it comes to getting fire angles and like pictures and stuff, I love that she counts you down. I love that you have like full control over how many images that you want shot, when you want her to stop taking your photos. Like, it's really like you got a whole best friend, honey, out there taking your pictures for you. And I love that. This was very like, that was a lot. That was a lot. Okay, we gonna keep moving though. I didn't even put on cream. I never put on the cream blush. We'll do that next time. I promise. We didn't even get to the eyes yet. Child, what are we doing? I'm over here talking about this is gonna be a fun look. This is giving basic right now. This is giving basic. But that's it, y'all. It's really not into it but to do it. Like, it's really not that hard. Set that camera up and start talking, or set that camera up and start posing, doing the things. Lens Buddy's my best friend though. A lot of these images, I'll go ahead and pop them up here. Boom, 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 boom. A lot of these images, all of these images have been taken with Lens Buddy, my good girlfriend Lens Buddy. Okay, she gets the job done. And yeah. Look, we trying to simplify things for 2024, okay? I'm sorry if some of you guys were looking for like an elaborate answer for that one, but y'all, it ain't nothing to it but to do it. Someone said, please explain long form versus short form videos. I'm gonna use Black Opal's, what is this? Toasted Chestnut foundation stick to contour, because it's a cool color. I forgot how much I love this. Definitely probably expired. I'm not even gonna hold y'all, like, I'm pretty sure this is expired, but we're using it. I'll buy a new one soon, okay? But yeah, so when it comes to, she said, please explain long form versus short form content or videos. And girl, that's just what it is. There's a long form one and there's short form. Now, I say when it comes to long form content is for your community that is like your ride or die people. They are going to be the ones to watch your videos. They are going to be the ones to share your content. They're going to be the ones to comment. They're going to be, you know, like those are the ride or dies. Like they are investing time with you, girl. Okay, those are your super fans, if you will. And short form is more so like allowing people to take a peek into your life, allowing people to get a better understanding of who you are through snippets of what you decide to display to us. And what you want to share is completely up to you, and how you want to use it is completely up to you. That's kind of how I view like short form and long form. Like, yes, the term short form, short videos, long form, long videos, but how you use each platform and how you use each style of content is completely up to you. But I do feel like long form content is that nurturer content. Like we feel like we are friends. Like I feel like I know Aaliyah's face. Like I feel like I know her because of her long form content. Now, if we were just relying on her to post short form content, child, we wouldn't know who the hell she was because she barely posts. Well, specifically on Instagram. I noticed my girl, she been picking it up since she got with her new agency. But realistically, even though I was following her for years, I've been following her for years, her whole college journey, all of the things, right? But if I was just relying on Instagram to like get to know her, like get to know one of my favorite creators, I would know nothing about her because she is just not as active with her short form content as she is with her long form content. Long form content is like another window into letting us know who you are. Like short form gives us a snippet, long form is like we hear. Hopefully I answered that for you the best way that I could. Someone said, how do you do it all and still be a cute, girly mom and a badass? You are so sweet, girl. I have help. I am not doing all of this by myself. I have mentioned I have an agency. I have talent managers that are constantly pitching and constantly reaching out, helping me strategize, helping me, you know, get my thoughts out, help me structure my content. I have a husband who is also like a manager. I run things by him. He helps me with emails. He helps me with ideas. Like, I love him down. I have my best friend who is with me as my project manager. She does my photography. Another person I can bounce ideas off of. She helps me shoot my content now. Before I was just shooting it by myself, but I do have a little help now. And yeah, y'all, it takes a village. Literally, like it takes a village to raise a kid. It takes a village to be a content creator too. Like it definitely takes time. And no, I didn't start off with all of this help. I definitely was doing it by myself. But before I got all this help, y'all, I had systems. I had systems in place in order to make sure that I was being the most effective that I possibly could and not go crazy, but still show up and still be consistent. You just have to figure out what works for you. Jaranika, y'all know Jaranika, my girl, but she even shared it like, if it's important for you, you are going to do it. If it is something that you absolutely want, you are going to do it. She was working a 9 to 5 and she didn't even have no weekends because she was creating content on the weekends. She was able to push out videos weekly, multiple videos weekly, and she only had the weekends to do it. And then she would go back to her 9 to 5. If it is important to you, you will make the time, you will find a way, you will thug it out. You will thug it out until you start seeing the fruits of your labor. And you definitely will. You absolutely will start seeing the fruits of your labor if you are consistent and you do have your head down and you are doing all the things that you're supposed to be doing in order to receive the help that you dream of having or desire to have one day. But until then, we're gonna have to put our heads down and do the things, which is exactly what I did. And I will help y'all structure it out. If y'all want a video, let me know. We're gonna use these eye paints from About Face. Not a question, but she says, I want to really work with brands, but I feel like there's something I am not doing right. I guess I would have to look at her page in order to see it, but just to give you some generic advice, the brands make it so easy for us, y'all, to, emulate what they are posting on their page. The easiest way to get noticed by a brand is to create what they are already creating. You can definitely be out of the box, be creative. Like, that's the best thing about us as content creators. Like, we are creatives at heart, but make it interesting and make it digestible enough for the brand to be like, oh, I know where to place her. Oh, I know how to work with her. Go on these brands' pages, see what they're posting from other creators, okay? And post that. Post that. Don't make it complicated. Post it. Be consistent. Tag the brands. Create on the days that y'all are batch creating. Batch create content specifically for brands, not just for like content. Like, okay, you're doing a styling haul, but okay, are you trying to work with one of these brands? Why are you showing us styling? That's cute, but like I'm specifically talking to the girls that are trying to create content in order to work with brands. Okay, I'm not saying you just out here making it for fun and you're doing it for, you know, your audience and stuff like that. If your intention is to work with brands, why are you not creating the things that they are already creating or that they are already posting from other brands? I mean, not brands, but creators. I know you got a phone, so don't say it's equipment. Don't say it. Don't say it. Next question. Where do you find music for YouTube? Music Bed, they have, it's like indie artists. It's nobody that, and I hate to say it like that, but it's nobody that is mainstream, like nobody that we would know. Maybe y'all will know, but it's a lot of like indie, copyright free music, but it is a subscription based platform. So that's where a lot of my music comes from, but a lot of like the popular music comes from YouTube, y'all. There are accounts on YouTube. If you look up like R&B copyright free music, there are accounts that just play all the things that the it girlies basically have in their videos. And even if you watch like one of your favorite vloggers and there's a sound or a video, like they have music in their video that you want to use, just screen record it. When it comes to like the Drake song, Summer Walker, like all that, there are I'll go ahead and list a few videos that I have used in the past. But all you do is screen record it and then drop it into your editing platform. So whether that's CapCut, InShot, iMovie, Final Cut Pro, and export the sound. Yeah, that's all I use. I think I'm gonna go ahead and smoke out the bottom as well. Why not? Someone asked, what is my go-to fragrance? I don't know. I don't know if I have a go-to fragrance, y'all. I'm just trying to get through like all those little, but I be grabbing stuff. I like anything vanilla based. I actually did a vanilla based video. Let me know if y'all want another fragrance video, because yeah, I don't have like a go-to. Some of my favorite, I would say, is like Black Opium Illicit Green, the green one. I really love the Coral Fantasy Valentino one, like not the Born Aroma, like the red one, the peach looking one, Coral Fantasy. Oh, that is one of my absolute favorites. I really like the Mugler, like the one that comes, I can't remember the name, but is it Angel? I don't know. I talked about it in my fragrance video too. Sweet Ash from Sniff. Oh, she actually has become like, okay girl, I've been grabbing her lately, whether I wear her on her own or if I mix her with something. She's a good one too. Burberry Her will always be that girl. Like, she will always be that girl for me. But I also love Burberry Goddess. Now I've been seeing the girls talk about Burberry Goddess and I don't know why, but why are y'all mad? Because I like her. Y'all being mean to her. I really like her. I don't know. I have the littler bottle. Maybe that's it. Like, people are like, why are y'all going crazy over a basic vanilla? But to me, I love vanilla. Call me basic if you want to, but I love Burberry Goddess. Y'all gonna have to let me know if y'all like Burberry Goddess, because I like her. Going in with the Estee Lauder mascara. I've been loving this mascara, y'all. It's so good. Someone asked, what is the hardest thing about content creation? Not getting caught up in what everybody else is doing is really hard, because we can have our own ideas. We can even have like videos batched and, you know, things planned for what we are going to do, and then we see something that somebody else is doing, you're like, wait, I can do that, or I can do it better, or that's doing really good for them, let me try it. It took a while for me to get out of that, like that mentality of thinking, because things don't always work for that. Like, what works for them and their audience, you know. You have to figure out what works for you and your audience. So honestly, I would say keeping your eyes on your own paper, okay? Especially in the beginning, it's so easy to see what everybody else is doing and seeing their numbers. Yeah, so in the beginning, definitely it's easy for that to be, you know, a hard thing when it comes to content creation, is keeping your eyes on your own paper. But it's the best thing that you can do, okay? Don't even mute people, just unfollow them. Like, if you feel like you are following down their path, or getting jealous or envious, or, you know, paying attention to their numbers. I don't pay attention to my numbers now. Before, baby, I don't pay attention to the likes, I should say. I could care less about the likes. The different numbers that I'm paying attention to are like the growth, of course, but also like my insights, my impressions, my reach. That's the numbers that I care about. I don't really care about the likes. The likes are just the likes at this point, because clearly your girl is still growing. My likes are like crap, but I am now at 110. At the time of making this video, I'm at 110,000 followers. So if I were to let that affect me in a way where I'm like, I'm not posting anymore, they don't appreciate me, no one's seeing my content, then where would I be? Where would I be? So yeah, don't get caught up in the numbers. Keep your eyes on your paper, and focus on you, boo. Focus on you. Someone asked, how do I plan and script out my content? Let me know if y'all want a video. Look, let me know if y'all want a video. Use Canva docs to script, and that's it. I use Canva docs to script and plan. I use Milanote, but let me know if y'all want more like details. How did you get your first brand deal? My first ever brand deal was through Obviously. I'll go ahead and link the platform below, but it's just like one of those platforms where they'll post campaigns, and you kind of just sign up for it, and they'll let you know if you're accepted or not. And yeah, that was my first one. It was $1,300, and it was for a wine company. So yeah. And that was when I was on. That was before the agency. And another question is, will you be doing any other events this year, like your tour? No, I will not be doing the tour again. However, I am really, I keep going back and forth with this. I don't know. I think it's because I'm scared, but I really want to host a retreat, and I don't want to just base it around content, but I do want to create a space where we can create some fire content and just talk more about, like, you know, just showing up as a creator, and, you know, owning our influence and our impact, and just creating a really dope community, just creating a really dope space for other creators, whether you are brand new or trying to get into the game. I think would be so much fun. So yeah, I really want to do some type of retreat, or trip, or meetup, or something. I don't know. We working on something, okay? We working on something, but it will not be the tour. Someone else asked if I ever turned down brand collabs. I have, but more recently, a lot of the brands that are reaching out to me are either brands that I actually have, you know, had some relationship with as far as like using their products, or I am genuinely interested in just getting to know more about them and building a relationship. So I'm like, heck yeah, I'm down, because I already know a little bit about the brand, or, you know, it just seems like a good opportunity. That is something to keep in mind. Like, outside of the money's great. Like, hey girl, hey, get your coin. But the other thing that I would say to really focus on is like, what can this partnership do for me? Like, long term, what else can I benefit from outside of just getting paid from this brand? So yeah, I have definitely said no to campaigns and brands and money. But as of recently, a lot of the brands that have been reaching out to me have been brands that I am genuinely interested in working with. This has been my go-to lip, y'all. A little brown lip liner. Normally it's cork. I don't know why I didn't just reach for cork, but we have Peach Amber from Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Velvet collection, and then we have Peach Nude. Going with the Peach Amber first. Okay, and then we're gonna go in with this nude in the center. It's like this pinky. It's like so good. So good. I actually did this hair last night, y'all. I am going to New York Fashion Week, y'all. So I'm trying to like prep. We have all of our looks, y'all. Who am I? Who am I? All of the things have come in the mail. All of the things are like put together. I use Milanote. I also use Milanote to plan out all of my looks and all of the things for New York Fashion Week. So we are like really set to go. I am so excited. But I did this hair last night because I think this might be the hair that we bring to New York Fashion Week. I have another unit coming. I did cut this one like, she's short, like y'all see, she's short. I didn't know what I was doing last night, and I did do like a little blowout and I pinned it. I also but this is the hair. She looks really good. It's from, y'all, I just noticed I didn't even contour my forehead, child. But this I did this hair last night. I kind of want to go darker for the trip. Like I didn't want to do like the super honey blonde that I normally do. So I don't know. We have one more unit coming and I am going to also play with that one. I'm going to keep a little bit of the length. The idea is I do want short hair for New York Fashion Week, but the question is like, how short are we trying to go? So yeah, I don't know. And also I don't know if I want my roots to be a little lighter. Maybe like brown, like a lighter brown, because I guess it is kind of brown now. In the camera you can't really tell, but yeah, I think she looks good though. I don't know. We're gonna figure her out. I think she looks really good. I was trying to go for my idea for the hair was 90s blowout, like short vibe. I don't know. And I feel like with the black, you can't really see. Let's do this. Let's see. You can see it a little bit. I don't know. And also, I feel like I need more like bangs right here. I feel like they're... Yo, I actually love this hair. When I took it down earlier, I was like, I don't know how I feel, but I think she's growing on me. But y'all have to let me know, should we do a New York Fashion Week prep with me video and I kind of walk you guys through how I styled my looks, organize my looks, and like share some exciting news, because we have some exciting news. If you watch my if you watch one of my recent Instagram videos, I talked about like me going to New York Fashion Week, and I was like, have I got, you know, people to slide in the DMs or asking me to dress me? That might have changed, y'all. So excited. I don't know, like I really don't know what to expect, but I do know that I'm very excited. So if you guys want to see that journey, of course y'all know I'm going to be vlogging, but if you guys want to see like the prep before New York Fashion Week, let me know, because I got you. Like this little piece, should I be cutting this? Like I just feel like, but when I do this, I feel like I shouldn't. Y'all cannot tell me this ain't a 90s blowout. Like I actually did something. I didn't want it to be this short, but I'm actually not upset. Not upset at all. We had a few more questions, but maybe we'll save that for a part 2. Go ahead, and if you are not a part of my broadcast channel, go ahead and join the broadcast channel, girl, okay? Because I will be leaving another box for the girls to ask me questions. And if you're not following me on Instagram, what are you doing? I don't know what you're doing. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram, okay, girl? Okay. If you're not subscribed, what are you really doing? I hope you guys enjoyed this little Q&A, my first Q&A of the year. There will definitely be more, okay, girl? And we will have a weekly vlog next week. I apologize. That's my bad. That's my bad, okay? But I got y'all next week. Period. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.